Hi everyone, Eric Lewis here with GetZone.com, and today we've got a very exciting product from Adams Arms. This is the Adams Arms P1. Let's make sure and clear this first. Got clear chamber. This is their P1 rifle. This is kind of their basic layout of their rifle platform for the ARs. And the reason that they do this, they set it up with the more basic furniture, is because the intention of this rifle is for you to take it and customize it however you prefer. So you can replace your stock, your furniture, everything like that, and go however you see fit and whatever fits you best. So the biggest thing with this rifle, and the thing that I like the most personally, is their gas piston system. So this is not a DI, the traditional direct impingement system. This is going to be a gas piston system. It has an adjustable block. So here on the tip, you've got full gas, half gas, and no gas. So you can run this as an actual single shot rifle that you have to manually cycle with no gas blowback. You've got your half gas if you're running a suppressor or something like that, which is going to cut your gas blowback so you're not over cycling it and bottoming out your buffer. And then you can go to your full gas. So if you're shooting traditional style, as this rifle is now, that's where you'd want to be. So we've got this set on the full gas blowback. And to kind of make this make a little bit more sense, I think it'd be easiest, I will break down this handguard here so that I can show you how the gas piston system actually operates. Okay, so we did a quick breakdown on the rifle, and you may notice a few things that look a little bit differently. Let me just put this pin in here. The biggest thing that you're probably going to notice if you've ever worked on an AR-15 platform before is going to be that the gas block has a little bit different apparatus here. This is part of the piston system. Traditionally, you've got a hollow tube or like a small pipe basically that comes from your gas block. Gas is blown through a port on top of the barrel. It travels down, goes into the upper, and then I'll show you on this bolt carrier here, it would go into the gas key on top. This doesn't have that. This is a single piece, so it's not bolted or screwed on like your traditional bolt carrier is. The nice things about that, this is one piece, so it's much stronger. You don't have to worry about those screws that hold it in on your traditional style bolt carrier shearing off. I've seen that happen a lot, especially on lower quality things. You're not going to have to worry about that on this bolt carrier. So back to the rifle here. The way that this is going to work, and some of the biggest advantages, are that when you shoot, it goes through the exact same port on top of the barrel that it does with your DI or gas systems. It goes through there and it's going to reciprocate your piston here, which expels your gas forward and away from the operator. It's going to keep everything a lot cleaner. It's going to keep everything a lot cooler. So this rod is going to go, and I don't know if you can see it very well, but when you shoot, it's going to propel your bolt carrier group backwards. It's going to do the exact same function as the DI system did, but instead of it blowing dirty gas back into your upper receiver with all the heat that accompanies it, the heat and the gas is dispersed here, and then this does the same motion and assists in the cycling of your rifle. So I just wanted to break this down, kind of give you guys a simplified idea of how it functions and how it's different from your traditional AR style rifles. So what we're going to do now, we're going to get this piece back together and continue running through all the great features that come on this Adams Arm rifle. So we've got our handguard reassembled here, and we're going to put a few rounds through this. One thing I want to touch on before we head out to our range here, I've elected to put this loophole scope on here. It is a 3-power optic, so it's great for mid-range. It's still good for close-up, so if you wanted to use it for your personal defense rifle, something like that, you're still able to do so. And it's also nice if you do shoot a little bit further out. Obviously, it's not a super long-range setup with this optic, but it gives you the ability to be a little bit more accurate than you would with a traditional non-powered sight. Also, with things as crazy as they are in the gun market today, especially with any of the AR platforms or your ammunition supply, it's been kind of hard to find something that you might want on the shelf. So if you're looking for something like this with the piston system and you can't find the actual rifle in stock, you can head over to adamsarms.net and pick up a conversion kit. They offer this in different sizes in terms of the block, so you can get this style block here, or you can get a low profile system. So if you'd rather it be within your handguard, you can go that route and make whatever rifle you have at home as efficient, as clean, and as cool as an Adams Arms piston driven rifle. So I mentioned that this rifle does come with more basic furniture on it. Like I said, you're able to fully customize it, but this also works very well as is. And at a price point of $8.99 for a piston-driven rifle, that's going to be very, very hard to beat. And also, if you're not into customizing your own firearm and you'd like to buy one that's already set up a certain way, they offer this in this P1 model in several different variants. Some coming with the Magpul style furniture, just a whole lot of different setups to suit whatever personal preferences you have. So some of the nice things about this rifle, straight out of the box, especially at that price point, is you're basically ready to go. You've got your traditional Picatinny style rail on your upper where you can mount any optic. You've also got Picatinny rail on your gas block. So if you wanted to opt for iron sights or the traditional pop-ups, something like that, you've got the ability to mount your foresight down here as well as your rear sight. It does have an adjustable stock on it, so you're able to customize that for any shooter. Maybe you're shooting with a younger person or something like that that doesn't need as far of a length of pull. You're good to go on those adjustments. The rifle does come with a great barrel on it. It's very accurate. It's a 1-in-7 twist, and it comes threaded with a flash hider on the end, but if you do have a suppressor that you'd like to attach, it's as simple as unscrewing this and putting your either QD adapter or the suppressor if it's direct thread right on it. Another amazing thing, as I've mentioned before, is that you've got the adjustable gas block, and it's not like some of the gas blocks you may have seen where you have to have an Allen or a hex head key to be able to turn it. It's as simple as pushing this spring button and turning it to wherever you want it to be. So that's nice if you're shooting a suppressor, you want to take the suppressor off, go unsuppressed, you're not having to fine tune and do all of these. They've got this set up for you where it's as quick as what I just did on turning that a slight amount, and you're good to go for any setup that you might have. So let's head out to the range, put a few rounds through this, and see how accurate it really is. All right, so we've got our target set up. What we're gonna do now is just put a few rounds through this thing, test it out, and see how she functions. All right, so one thing I really noticed first off is with this piston system, you don't feel as much of the percussion as you typically do when you're shooting an AR platform rifle, and that's because the gas is being dispersed out of the front rather than coming back into your upper receiver where it can go out of every crack and crevice in that. So I really like that. It's a lot smoother feel when you're operating this piston-driven system. Good smooth function on rapid fire. Not as much heat in the rear. Actually no heat at all. And one thing, let me clear this real quick. One thing I really like, you can see here how clean this is. If you've shot a lot of ARs, you know, especially with the oils that you have to keep in there, how gunky it can get. You can get by with a lot less, and that's gonna be one of the things that keeps it cool, clean, and reliable. So let's put a few more rounds through this thing. If you guys want to check them out, go check them out at adamsarms.net. This is the P1 rifle. Get yours today.